Hi folks, tonight we're going to try something a little different, although little different things are very rare, and I'm sure someone has done this. I might have even done it before, who knows. So I'm going to sing some Parasongs, I call them. There's a Latin term for it, which I've forgotten, so I recreated the word parasong. Actually, that's part of the folk process. You take someone else's tune, and you put your own words to it. Generally, they're parodies or making fun of something, but they don't have to be. They can be very serious. For instance, Martin Luther, you remember him. He took popular tunes of his day and turned them into church hymns. Then, in order to get even or to get back, the Wobblies, the IWW, took these very hymns and turned them into new political songs. For instance, You'll Get Pie in the Sky When You Die. Remember that song? And well, there are many of them, many Wobbly songs that use church hymns. We're going to start with a song I call Armaments Fair, to the tune of Scarborough Fair. And I also have this is the 5th edition of my songbook, which I call Listen to the Mockingbird. And each page will have an illustration. And here's the illustration here. I'll read it to you. You can see it's the old folks, or you know, the old people at home. Got that? Or the old bleeps at home, too, actually. So it was inspired by this article in the New York Times. You remember the New York Times. It used to be a newspaper. Now it's becoming a magazine, and soon it will probably be just a blip on your computer. Anyway, Washington, March 11th. Then there's 3 pictures of fighter planes, and it says, Mickey Blackwell, an executive at the Lockheed Martin Corporation, has spent much of his career building jet fighters for the American military. So he knows the superlatives to use in making the pitch for a new plane. Biggest, fastest, stealthiest, deadliest. But even he has trouble finding just the right superlative to attach to what could be a 1 trillion, that's trillion, Pentagon contract for a new generation of jet fighters. Quite possibly the largest weapons program in the history of military procurement. I almost said procurement. And he says, it's the Super Bowl. It's winner take all. It's the huge plum. These are direct quotes. It's the airplane program of the century. I guess that was the last century. Just a few years ago. If you don't win this program, ... So here are pictures of the fighters, and the old man is saying, they can't figure out which murderer gets the contract. And his wife says, why not have their test pilots engage in real combat with each other? Whoever lives gets the $1 trillion. So that inspired this song, Armaments Fair, to the tune of Scarborough Fair. Are you going to Armaments Fair? Martin, Vickers, Krupp, and Lockheed. Remember me to one who deals there. Does he still sell the death we all here need? Does he still sell the death we all need? Tell him I want a bomb that is quiet. Vickers Krupp, Martin Lockheed, one that kills sure each time that you try it, and one that will kill at incredible speed. Tell him we'll pay for a weapon that's new. Krupp and Martin, Vickers Lockheed, one that will kill both Arab and Jew. And you, and Jew, Arab and Jew, that kills all our enemies regardless of creed, and ask what or poison he hides in his sack. Martin, Vickers, Krupp and Lockheed, one you send out can't ever be called back. Remember Agent Orange, eh? That kills all things living, destroys every seed. That kills all things living, destroys each last seed. Your tax dollars at work. Now, education. This is about education. Whenever I hear that the government is going to give another $100 million to education, I shudder to think how much trouble, how many lives are going to be infected into our younger generation. Because you see, we people who want change, we're bound in a vicious circle. If everyone was educated, by the way, school is compulsory and children are prisoners in school. They have no rights when they're in school. They have to go whether they want to or not. Is that what you call freedom? And there are other ways to educate people besides locking them up in like sending them to work 5 days a week. But there's also a huge educational establishment that lives off this money now. So if you want to radically change education, you're going to run into big trouble. So this is called School Days, D-A-Z-E, to the tune of School Days, D-A-Y-S. And there's a quote from Mark Arnold: most of our schools are just a prison for our children. Let's see, let me read this, just secure. Oh, let me show you the picture. And it says, can we focus in on the photo? It says, the caption says, school windows target of stone throwers. School windows shatter under the stone-throwing assault of 10 children at East Alton, Illinois. The school has been replaced, and school officials gave the children permission to attack the building before the wrecking crews came. Okay. School days, that's D-A-Z-E. Boreas, brazen fool days, rich lies, patriotism, and how to ass slick, taught by a sadist with a hickory stick. School days, good training for future wage slaves, ready to die for slavery, forbid any dropping out bravery. You know, they actually send cops around to check up if they find a kid in the street, boy, they're in deep trouble. And kids with supposed ADD, that's attention deficit disease, right? Kids with supposed ADD, but teachers have their defects too. Are we? Try giving the teachers the Ritalin. Then after that, perhaps we can again begin. Some, I would suspect most, if not all of these kids who are bored and who don't want to pay attention are really just bored. I think kids can be taught to read in a few weeks, but once they want to learn how to read. Okay, that takes care of that segment of society. Now, you know, the U.S. is not the only country that's insanely aggressive, believe me. So it's part of a universal trap that some human beings, or that it used to be a survival trait, but survival for what? Anyway, now it's a trait for global warming, atomic bombing, and the end of the human race, which, live it up, baby. So it isn't very well known, but the very same week that some Israeli archaeologists discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls in Cave 63, there in the Jordan Valley, while he was eating lunch right next door in Cave 64, an even more important discovery was literally stumbled upon when one of the archaeologists, Chaim Putzveitik, had to go to the bathroom there in the corner. He looked down and he saw something was wet and shining. You know what it was? It was the first national anthem, also known as the hymn to nationalism. So with the help of Mel Brooks, 2,000-year-old man, the first line was easily made out. Then they took the delicate parchment to the Harvard Universe, where at the Center for the Study of Mideastern Troubles, but there was a problem there actually in the divinity school. The head of the divinity school, a Professor Reverend something or other, he had an idea. He would keep the scrolls there and thus get a huge enlistment in people who wanted to go to that school and study the scrolls. He didn't show it to any other scholars. He kept it for years and years and years. So a bunch of archaeologists and biblical scholars really got mad at him. And he was actually, I think, threatened with being sent to the nut house or to a psychiatrist if he didn't release the Dead Sea Scrolls. So they were released eventually. So we're at the Center for the Study of Mideastern. That's all true. It's a true fact, like they say in the National Enquirer. At the Center for the Study of Mideastern Troubles, the rest of the canticle was painstakingly deciphered, and it's presented now for your thrill and delight. And the first national anthem, 4004 BC. By the way, that's when the 18th century, 19th, early scholars discovered that the earth was created. Did you know that in 4004 BC? You didn't know that. So that means the Jews they have a calendar of 5,000, so they were living before the earth was created. So what? Oh, no, if you add the BC, if you add the other 2,000, yeah, so it all works out in the end. So, but it was recently discovered by more scholars that Jesus Christ was born in 4 BC, 4 years before Christ. Don't ever forget that, because it might come up on a test. When was Jesus born? And this is roughly to the tune of Pastures of Plenty, and also in Listen to the Mockingbird. The first national anthem. Let them all go to hell except Cave 64. If they give you any trouble, throw them through the door. This is a cave, it's the best in the world. We don't want no foreigners, our cave might get spoiled. No, we don't want no wogs here, our cave could get spoiled. Our cave is the best, to hell with the rest. We got the prettiest girls, they never fail the test. We got the greatest music, we got the bestest brains, 'cause we love to eat the cortex of the ones that we have slain. Yeah, we love to slurp gray matter from the ones that we have slain, you know. Ruling comes natural to those that excel. The rest of you bastards, well, you can go to hell. God gave us power and God made us right. And if you don't like it, we'll stab you in a fight. Yeah, if you don't like it, we'll kill you in the night. Everybody, you want to do it? Let's do the sing-along. Let them all go to hell except Cave 64. You got that? Let them all go to hell except Cave 64. All you people at home, I can't hear you. So let's do that again. Let them all go to hell except Cave 64. If they give you any trouble, throw them through the door. Louder. If they give you any trouble, throw them through the door. This is our cave. It's the greatest in the world. This is our cave. It's the greatest in the world. We don't want no wogs
here. Our cave might get spoiled.
We don't want no wogs here. Our cave might get spoiled. No, we don't allow no foreigners here. Our cave would get spoiled. Slow. No, we don't allow no foreigners here. Our cave would get spoiled. Whoa, that was, boy, you always get a workout when you sing that song. Now, people are worried about global warming. What are you worried about? You know, it's just because there hasn't been any snow in all of December since over 100 years, since the records were kept in New York City. You know, it's just a passing fancy. This was this song called Malaysian Wood, to the tune of Norwegian Wood. Was from a news report I found in the paper. Japanese corporations are destroying Malaysian rainforests at an astounding rate. Various native cultures are also currently being wiped out. Okay. I once had Arcadia, or should I say, she once had we. She showed me her loam, isn't it good, Malaysian wood. They asked that we cut and they shouted, chainsaw anywhere. While we stood around, they bulldozed till the hillside was bare. Oh, we winced at their greed, biding our time, drank sawdust wine. We argued till eve, and then they screamed, better dead than green. They said they'd replant in the morning and started to laugh. We told them we didn't believe them. They offered more graft. And when I awoke, I was bereft. The dryad had left. Then I built a fire. Wasn't it good? Malaysian Wood. And we stared at the pyre. Used to be good. Malaysian Wood. Six more minutes?
7.
7 more minutes. Okay, maybe we can do 2 more small ones. No, maybe I should do, I'll save that one for finish. Maybe just, let's go back in history, you know, this has got a long time. This is a song from the Vietnam War, and the tune is the Ballad of the Green Beret. You must remember that. This is the Ballad of the SS Troop. The SS Troop were the SEALs, the Navy, like the Navy SEALs. They were like the Rangers, only they were in the wrong army, the German army. SS Troops. Sturmabteilung, Sturmstützung, I lack good knowledge of German. All right, so this was an SDS song, Students for Democratic Society. And it was about, okay, well, a lot of you will know the Ballad of the Green Beret, I think. You know, it's a hymn to the Green Berets in the Vietnam War with the stormtroops, so to speak, of they were the bravest of the brave, and they had the most terrible jobs, and I bet they had a lot of high fatalities too. Anyway, so this is written to the SS troop, not to the Green Berets. So, soldiers fighting in the east, fearless man against the Slavic beast. Men who fight for Farben und Krupp, the brave men of the SS troop, double S upon their chest. These are men, the fearless best. 100 men try to join the group, but only 3 make the SS troop. Trained to live for the fearless goals, trained to deal with the Jews and Poles, men who fight like Jürgen Stroop. He was a hero, I guess, of the early Nazis. He's killed in street fighting, probably. Men who fight like Jürgen Stroop. Courage take von the SS troop. Double S upon their chest. These are men, they fearless best. 100 men try to join the group, but only 3 make the SS troop. Back at home, a Hausfrau waits. A SS man has met his fate. He has died in Deutschland's quest leaving her his last request, puts a double S on my son's chest. Make him one of the four's best. He'll be the man for an Einsatzgruppe. Have him join the SS troop. Alas, it's funny, but not so funny. So how much time do we have? 2 more? All right.
2.5.
All right, we'll do one more. This is by, from Kupferberg, who was a commie rat, and he wrote the lyrics to Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? It's called Brother, Can You Spare a Billion? And here's the can you focus on, here's the guy begging for a billion. And once I built an A-bomb, made it blow, made it kill by the zillion. Then I built an H-bomb, but now I'm out of dough. Brother, can you spare a billion? So all that money is available, you know. The Democrats are going to support coffins for their for our troops in Vietnam. What a tragedy beyond belief. So your taxes will go up, or your grandchildren will be paying for this if we still have a livable planet when they grow up. But it's for the troops, so you know, give it all you've got, or maybe you don't have much anymore, because the millionaires are getting richer. The rich get richer, and the poor get poorer. So that's America. What is America to me? The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. How can that be? Bye. See you next week. We'll sing out some more.